Welcome back, CSC230, to our Inspect quiz. I showed you the Inspect palette or the Inspect tool in Google Chrome with the landscape, the E. Moyer one, and now we're going to look at a college one. I was going to look at the Warren one, but there's some weird issues with the Warren one. It's very outdated in terms of background images and things like that, so I'd rather look at something a little more modern, and Northampton Community College has a more modern website here, and I'll just kind of point this out here that it's very mobile oriented, so when you make it smaller you can see it becomes nice to look at on a phone. It's very scrollable, everything kind of sets up in one column, and it's a really nice setup, very colorful website that they have. And you can see even the home page here, we have a header area up here. Now I didn't look at the Inspect deeply yet, but you will. We have a header area up here, we have kind of a banner area, we have navigation at the top, just kind of basic areas. Then we have more specific navigation that has drop down menus that change color when you go over them. A very nice looking setup here, sans serif fonts, all that. We have banners with this kind of gradient that covers it up a little bit so that the type looks good at the bottom. We have links here, you can apply, make a gift. Showing up in orange, which is a nice contrasting color to all the blue. It really stands out nice. Then as you move down, we have more navigation with little icons that are here, view programs, so that when it's on mobile, you may just see the icons here, if you know what that means, but you might know that the pen means apply or whatever. And then we have these kind of little blocks that are here. WordPress has a name for them. I can't think of it at the moment, but they have these little color blocks that are here. And they also they're almost like ads. So they have links inside these as you go through. These are almost, I guess, more complex buttons, really. These are really navigation buttons, but they're almost kind of animated. You can see they have some CSS animation here. When you hover over them, they have a hover animation, which is a CSS property. When you go over them, they change color, they reverse out. Really nice looking stuff. Down here we have more, so there's like a row of 4 and 3, 7 of them here, and then there's more icons as you go down here that change color, they reverse out. So it's a really nice template setup, and then it keeps going as you go down here. And then finally there's a footer down at the bottom with all this kind of stuff. So it's a very detailed website, and college websites, university websites are very detailed. If you wonder why the Warren one hasn't been updated yet, it's because it's a lot of work and a lot of money. And people say, oh, Rich, why don't you just do it? Well, this requires a team of people doing it. This is not a one-person job building a website like this. It's all WordPress based, and it's probably a template that's kind of modified to be very personal to Northampton County Community College. They're not just using a basic template and just throwing their stuff in there. There's a lot of work being put into this, and it's a big part of their marketing, so they put a lot of money into this. So what we're going to do is just kind of look at it a little bit with Inspect. So I'm just going to right click or control click and look at Inspect and see what they have going on here. And I'll go up to the top and we'll just see our basic tags. There's our body. I'll close up body right now just to kind of consolidate everything. And they have style type in the beginning. They have no script. What we want to look at first is container. So container looks like it's everything. If I click on container, I go over here. There's background of white, auto. It's a max width of 1600, so it's fairly big. So it's basically containing everything. So everything looks like it's inside of container. And then as we move down, you can see this is open. Then we have header. And let's see what's in header. If we click on header, you can see just like the other one, header includes basically the navigation at the top, the logo. I'll keep going back and forth here. This navigation bar, this navigation and logo, kind of like the other one that we looked at. So that's header, and you can see it has a background color. And I'm going to ask you some things like, what is the background color of the header? And you would say that. And I may ask you some things about the top and what's inside here. There's actually a form in here. That's the search. So lots of things going on here in just the header alone. And then there's the menu, which has all kinds of drop downs and things going on. They have to be in here first. If there's a drop down, it has to be put in the code so it can basically be hidden and then shown. So I'm going to ask you some questions about this. So I'm just going to want you to go in here, and I'm going to stay in this header area. So everything that I ask you will basically be in header. So whatever's in header, I'm not going to go into the banner or anything else. So from header to header, I'm just going to ask you some questions in here. So I'm going to have a quiz set up so that you can go through here and answer some of these questions. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a intro to this, and then look for this in the quiz section. So I'll kind of point you to some more after this.